Bitcoin continues to hit record highs post-election, climbing above $100,000 for the first time. And investors are dealing with what a Trump presidency will mean for the future of this digital currency.
So we are live with local financial professional Erik Krom from Clear Creek Advisors to break down what crypto is, what you need to know. And that's the thing. I mean, folks like you probably wouldn't really even be dealing with crypto 10, 15 years ago. But now it's kind of gone mainstream. It's definitely gone up in value. Is it a safe investment? I think that's the giant, large question.
Well, I don't think we can call it a safe investment. If you think about it, there's similar to kind of a small company, if you want to use that as a metaphor. We don't really know enough about the innovation in the space. I think as little as just a few years ago, there were concerns that maybe the Fed would heavily regulate it and really change the landscape. I think people are still wrestling with if it is really a hedge against currency risk and monetary policy around the world, which has devalued currency overall. So I think there's just so many questions that are still going to unfold. I do think it's here to stay, and that's got to be something that we all accept and we all start to think about it a little bit differently. But in terms of the volatility, I think there's still a lot of speculation around it, and I certainly don't think it's something that we can call a safe investment yet.
I mean, can we just break down, like, what is cryptocurrency? Because I feel like for so many people, it's confusing. It's kind of this fake monetary, I don't even know. You know what I mean? It's just confusing for people.
There's nothing physical. Like when you're buying into a physical company, you feel like, okay, I'm buying a share of Intel, right? Like that's different than buying crypto.
Yeah, I mean, it's really a difference with currency in general. As you said, when we evaluate companies, we're looking at balance sheets. We're looking at what service or product do they provide. And now when it comes to currency, some currencies, obviously like the U.S. dollar, they're backed by the full faith and credit of the U.S. government, no longer backed by gold as it were years ago. But when you think about cryptocurrency, that's kind of, part of the allure as well, though, right? Is yes, it isn't backed by anything, but that's also why some people think the future of currency may be some deregulated currency like this that doesn't have an affiliation with a particular government backing. So it's still, very confusing. I think, again, that's why there's so much volatility is many people just don't understand it. And so I think as we get more comfortable, we do know that it's now in funds and ETFs, so it's getting much more mainstream. But I do think there's still a lot of uncertainty around it.
Well, and it's exciting, too. I mean, I get it for people when you go into, I'm jumping into Bitcoin, for example, right? I mean, you go back all time and you don't really have to go too far back. 2017, a coin was $500 and now it's worth $100,000.
Right.
So you can understand the excitement. What do you tell people if they come to you and say, hey, listen, like I want to invest in some Bitcoin or some crypto? Obviously to some extent, you're gonna do what people want you to do. Is it about maybe kind of balancing it with a more reliable portfolio as well?
Yeah, I mean, that's the $64,000 question is, I think first and foremost, is there